Hello guys, welcome to your next set of notes. We are finally moving on to our next unit. Our next unit is called Unit 2, Ratios and Proportions. So you should have a tab divider, and you should also have a sheet over prime and composite numbers, because that is what our first lesson is going to be over. So what you are going to do is you are going to take your notebook, and you need to go to the last page that was used. So here's my last page that was used over center, spread, and shape. So when I start a new tab divider page, it has to be on a fully blank front and a fully blank back page. I cannot put a tab divider, this thing right here, I cannot put on the back of a page. It has to go on the front of a brand new page. So make sure you are on the front of a brand new page. And what you are going to do, if you recall, you are going to fold it on the center of the three lines. So one side I should see Unit 2, Ratios and Proportions. The other side I should see all of this. Once it is done, you take your glue, and I'm going to glue the entire thing and then I like the tab, so I line my paper the purple paper, I line it up with the first line on the edge of my paper. So that first line is lined on the edge of my paper, not the line I folded. The first line is lined up with the edge of my paper. Then I flip my paper over to the back of that page, and then I fold it over so that way it is now a tab. It sticks off my page, I see it. If you do not like a tab, you do not have to have a tab, but it should essentially still look the same. It's just whether you have a tab or no tab. So it should look like this on the front of it and that on the back of it. Okay, so make sure you get that done. When you are done, up at the top you write Unit 2, Ratios and Proportions. And then this page is for you to decorate, draw, and color your artistic ability. If you don't want to, you do not have to, but that is your choice to draw on it and have it however you want to have it. Here's what we're going to be learning about. We're going to be talking about divisibility rules, prime and composite numbers, which is what we'll learn about today. Least common multiple, greatest common factor, prime factorization, how to write ratios, what equivalent ratios are, unit rates, proportional and non-proportional relationships, and graphs and tables. So we'll be talking about all of that before we have our next test, so it will take us a little bit to go through. But we're going to flip to the back, and we are going to title this page Prime and Composite Numbers. And then what I want you to do is I want you to take this prime and composite number sheet that you should have, and you are going to just cut out the table. I don't need the top at all. I can cut all of the top off. I want just this part right here. And then once I have this part, I will take my glue and I'm going to glue it down as far to the bottom as possible because I have some things that I want to write on this page, okay? So glue that down, and then we are done with scissors and glue. We do not need it anymore. But we are going to start talking about what these numbers mean. So we first need to know, what is a prime number? Now this is something you guys should have learned before this year, so hopefully this is not new information to you. But a prime number, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. A prime number has only 2 factors, meaning there's only 2 numbers that go into it. They are 1 and itself. So when we think about multiplying, what numbers multiply together to get that number? It's only 1 and itself. So for instance, I'm going to make my pink highlighter be my prime numbers. If you have a highlighter, I strongly encourage you to use it. If not, use a colored pen of some sort, marker, something along those lines. So a prime number has only 2 factors, 1 and itself. So that means that if I think about this, 2 is a prime number. The only thing you can multiply by 2 is 1 and 2. There's nothing else. 3 is a prime number. We can only multiply by 3 times 1 is 3, nothing else. Okay, 4. I can do 1 times 4, but I can also do 2 times 2, which means 4 is not a prime number. 4 is what we call a composite number. Composite numbers has more than 2 factors, meaning it's not just 1 and itself. It is more than that. So I'm going to make orange. Oh, nope, I lied. I'm going to make yellow. I'm going to make yellow be my composite number. So 4 is composite. Then 5 can only be multiplied by 1 and 5. Therefore, 5 is a prime number. I can do 6 and 1, but I can also do 2 times 3. So 6 is a composite number. 7 is going to be prime because I can only multiply it by 1 times 7. 8 is composite because I can do 4 times 2. 9 is also composite because I can do 3 times 3. 10 is also composite because I can do 5 times 2. We are going to have a lot more composite numbers than we are going to have prime numbers. But notice I skipped 1. I skipped 1 because 1 is neither a prime nor composite. So 1 is neither prime or composite. Oops. Because 1 goes into everything. Nothing can go into 1 besides 1, and it's 1 times 1. So 1 is neither prime nor composite. So that one I'm going to color in orange. And I'm going to highlight that statement. So those are the 3 types of things you will have. You will have 1, neither prime nor composite. You will have prime numbers, or you will have composite numbers. So if we keep going down this list, 11 is going to be prime. 12 is going to be composite because 6 times 2, 3 times 4. 13 is prime. 14 is composite because 7 times 2. 15 is composite because 5 times 3. 16 is composite because 8 times 2. 17 is prime. The only thing that goes into it is 1 and itself, so 1 times 17. 18 is composite because 9 times 2. 19 is prime because it's only 1 and itself. 20 is composite because 2 times 10. So what you need to do is you need to finish this chart, coloring the whole thing in. Okay, don't care what colors you're using as long as you're using colors, but color in all the composite numbers, color in all the prime numbers. Okay, this is something you do have to have memorized. You have to know the difference. So I'm going to give you a trick. I'm going to give you one other one. The easiest thing to think about is what times what gives me that number. So when I think about it, 2 is the easiest number. 2 is even, which means anything that is even is a composite number. The only composite number that's even, or the only number that is even, 2, that is not composite is 2. Every other even number, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, are all composite numbers, which means everything that ends in a 2 is a composite number. My highlighter is running out. So 2s are all even. 4s are all even. I'll finish coloring that in a minute. 6s are all even. 8s are all even. 10s are all even. So all of these numbers that are even are all composite. And I'll go back and get a better highlighter and re-highlight all this. Okay, but all of your even numbers are composite. So really all you have left to figure out is which of the odd numbers are composite and which ones are prime. Okay, so that is your job tonight for the rest of your homework. Finish coloring it in. If you are not sure and you don't want to color it in and be wrong, you could just write in pencil a P or a C on each one that you're not sure about, and then I will go over that with you in class on Monday, so you are for sure if you don't want to color it in. So if you don't want to color it in, just use a pencil and write P or a C. Write a P or a C, a P or a C. If you know for sure that that is a composite number, or you know for sure that that is a prime number, then color it in. But it's your choice on your preference, but I need to have that done by Monday so I see how well you are understanding this or not. So good luck. You guys are going to do great. I look forward to this next unit. Have a great rest of your evening, guys. Bye-bye.